Hey guys, your boy Bob Viking from the Viking Lifestyle. That was my boy rat face, And today we're gonna go on the topic of why you should be on the path towards higher consciousness and how this is very effective for game. I'm gonna bring in my great friend, he's not my good friend, my great friend, Tim Ray. Clap, 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 clap.
Welcome.
Hey man.
Awesome to be doing this with you, this video. Yeah.
And I'm feeling good too, no matter how cold my hands is right now. But you viewers will never know how cold I am. But it's not even none of your business.
It's fucking freezing right now, actually. Yeah.
I can see my breath.
Yeah.
But anyway, so today's topic is higher consciousness and why you should go towards that, right? And me and this guy, we have a lot of reference experience of why you should go towards higher consciousness. And we actually see a lot of lower consciousness in the actual club. And I actually can see some lower consciousness right now in the streets. But what is higher consciousness? So higher consciousness is basically going above your thought processes, or basically being more aware of what's going on around you and also in your mind. So basically you get away from like those thoughts of like, I want to have more money, how do I look right now? Are people going to respect me? What's going to happen to me in the future? That goes away. You're more in the now, and you basically transcend into the now, and you become that person that's just here. So, what is lower consciousness, right? Lower consciousness is basically when you feel like you're feeling a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. You're waking up today, you're just worried about how you're going to start the day. You're feeling like, say you have a girlfriend. If she leaves you, or even if you get into an argument with her and you feel that you can't speak your mind because you'll lose her, that is strictly, greatly lower consciousness.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I remember I used to be that guy, and it's a place of hell, man. I mean, can you expand on that? You ever have any bad relationships?
But I think the perfect example of like the lower consciousness thing is what happened to me recently, even like 2 weeks ago, I think it was, when we went out. I'll just tell that.
Yeah.
So at this stage in the game, really, I've been doing game for like 5 years now, more than 5 years. I don't really have approach anxiety. So if I have a bad night, it's not because of approach anxiety, like, I'm scared of the girls or I felt nervous approaching, but it comes from lower consciousness. Because so the other night I came out really late to the end of the night, so I didn't really get my warm-up time, as it were. And I came from working and doing a lot of technical things, writing a lot of legal stuff for the company and all that stuff. And I came out with the mindset that tonight's gonna be a bad night because I don't feel like gaming. I don't feel like approaching women.
I remember that night, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it just kept going and going and going. And I was thinking, what do I have to do when I get home? What do I have to do to get out of this? I don't feel good. I don't feel good. So I wasn't even thinking about like my environment and there's girls around. I could go meet people. I was thinking just like, I feel horrible, and how do I get out of this?
So yeah, we pretty much cover like lower consciousness and how basically the little things can get you mad. Really, like somebody stepping on your sneakers, and that can get even bad. Personally in my case, I've actually seen people killed because, they stepped on that person's sneakers.
Are you serious?
And I'm very serious.
Wow.
I grew up in Brooklyn.
Shit.
And they just didn't know how to solve it out, so egos go along and, they fight and somebody dies.
Yeah.
It's very sad that happens, And basically, lower consciousness, that bad. But let's focus on something that's actually a lot more positive, which is why higher consciousness. Now, for higher consciousness, why you would want to do that, and I sound like a school teacher, and I don't even like that, but cool. It's more because it just gives you more of like a successful and more fulfilling life, Like you walk around and you're more in like a state of you, like you're here, like boom, I'm here, I'm not unconscious. I'm not thinking about getting McDonald's later. I'm not thinking or worried about anything later. I'm just here. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the lights. These lights behind me, this fake ass reindeer, You just really enjoy it, You really enjoy just the fact that there's people around, different nationalities. Especially when you get a girl, you enjoy her for real. She's just not like a girl that just bothers you there. Whereas after sex, she's there, you're like, I hate this bitch. Get over the fuck away from me.
Something that's really funny, actually, is that higher consciousness affects you not just in game, but also in life. And I think it's kind of apparent that it'd be like that, but it affects you in life and not just game. It's like I used to play basketball a lot, and there'd be days where I'd go out and I would play, and I would just be in I wouldn't even call it a bad mood. Again, it's not even a bad mood. It's just that lower consciousness state, which people interpret as a bad mood. But since we're breaking it down to being all technical, it's lower consciousness versus higher consciousness, right? Thinking above and thinking like eternally versus like thinking of all the bad things around you, right? So it's like I would be in a bad mood and I would have a bad game because I wouldn't be paying attention to what I could do to improve after each play. I wouldn't be paying attention to what I was doing previously and what I can improve on. It was more like, I don't want to be here. I'm thinking of all the negative. But then when I got that higher consciousness, even if I didn't have a great game, I would still learn so much from that one experience and from that practice. Like even going to basketball practice, it's like I wouldn't want to be in basketball practice and I wouldn't learn anything because I willfully decided to not learn anything because of lower consciousness. You know what I mean? And it affects game as well. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah,
how it affects pickup. Like when you're higher, why do you want to have a higher consciousness in pickup? I don't know if you,
Yeah, let's do it, man. It's very effective, especially in the club. Because when you're more in higher consciousness in the club, a lot of like the bullshit little thoughts that you think before you go and approach that girl, especially if she's hot, literally go away. Like, you have no sound in your head, especially if you're having a really good time, just being like abundant. And when I say abundant, like that flow of energy, having been in the club and just being happy that you're there and around people. When you walk up to her, you don't have that, oh, what's she going to say to me? Does she have a boyfriend? Will she like me because I'm black? Will she like me because I'm dreads?
Yeah.
She's going to think I'm Jamaican.
Yeah.
You know, all that just goes down the drain, you know? And then, like, once you, like, even peak, and you don't even have to be fully higher consciousness to be in that type of state for those thoughts to go. As long as you're on that path towards there, then you start feeling like that. The little thoughts go away.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say on that?
No, it's funny because, again, unless I'm having a bad night, which is rare for me, and I don't mean rare in a way that's like a cocky way where I always hold, but when I say rare, I mean I don't usually have a night where I'm in lower consciousness just because I've trained myself not to. Like, every time I get rejected, it makes my state go up and I get happier, actually. I can literally go into a venue, do one approach, and it'll be a solid blowout, and that will make my night, and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to kill it now. Just because of the higher consciousness, I'm having so much fun just being in the moment and just doing the action of approaching.
Exactly.
The action of approaching, so that when I get that rejection, it's just like, ha ha ha. I just gave the girl a present, and she rejected me.
Who lost there?
I feel bad for her.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, higher consciousness really transcends and it flips the scripts. Because if you're like living in what I call it deep dark lower consciousness or deep dark scarcity, and this happens with a lot of new guys, it's like the more you get rejected, the more you get in your head. But once you reach that level of higher consciousness and you reach that level of where it's not about even the pickup anymore, and it's just about you going out and having that experience. And I think you've reached this too, because we go out and we're just like having so much fun.
Right.
It's like girl rejects us and we're just like, really? And then we go to the next girl and tell her about what happened, right? But so when you reach that, I find that it happens more when you have abundance with women. So it's kind of like a catch. It's weird. It's like a circle. So you have to figure out something, a way to fix it. I'm just curious, what's your advice for like a new guy or something or someone like that who does struggle with being negative and having negativity and being in lower consciousness? Yeah. How would you say that they can get that higher consciousness? Some of your tips, because I know both of us came from that actually. Both of us, like, even the way we grew up and stuff, just being, you know.
I was born into that, man. I was drinking iced tea of lower consciousness growing up. But
the iced tea of lower consciousness, yeah.
All the sugar possible. But yeah, the methods to doing that: one, proper diet. I'll go over the subjects because I kind of want to say some of the good stuff for for higher consciousness. That's actually still good and affects you in the game and why you should do it. But proper game. I'm so silly. Proper diet, right? Proper mental diet. I'll get into what I mean by that. Removing negative people from around you, which is very important, right? We'll get into that. And also meditation. You're going to mess the shot up. Oh, thank you.
So
thank you. Yeah, people are getting the shot.
You have a boyfriend?
Oh, they're not getting a shot. Right now. Okay, yeah, she got a boyfriend. I don't even know. You can do what you want.
Go ahead.
But removing negative people, and one of the ones that I feel really helped me, that meditation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's huge. Meditation.
Really good. Really good. But two more things I wanted to say about why higher consciousness is really good, especially for game. is that, like he said, negativity, like when the girl blows you out, you don't actually feel that.
Not when she blows you, out, yeah.
You gotta be technical here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so when the girl blows you out or whatnot, it builds your state. Like yesterday we were gaming, girls were blowing me out, and I was just numb to it. You know, I told the girl, I'm like, usually I feel bad if you blow me out, but I don't know. You know, it was like tonight, I'm really just happy to be here, honestly.
I'm just curious, what did she respond after you said that? I didn't see that. I don't remember that. How did she respond after you said that?
She was on her phone. She looked up, and then she was like, and I'm like, yeah. And then she looked down. I just turned around and then approached the next girl.
Okay. Because sometimes what I found is that when I'm in that higher consciousness state, which happens often, and I tell a girl that, like frequently, I'm just like, oh, you blew me out, like you hate me. It's fine, you know. I wasn't raised with traditional values, so I just talk to girls, whatever. I say some bullshit. I don't know whatever. The girl often actually will open, and she'll talk to me after that.
Oh, yeah. Basically, recognizing the cool guy.
Yeah, it's like the consciousness goes off on her. You know what I mean?
Because, like, okay, this is not a loser.
Yeah,
it's not like
it's so funny.
Yeah, man. Hey, that girl has big hair. Back to the video. But yeah, so that's one. Another one is that people see that higher consciousness in you, or at least you on your way to higher consciousness. Because I can't tell you how many times where we're like, and I'm not saying I'm like the Zen Zodiac guy either in higher consciousness, but when we're in the club, a lot of times I'm starting to see girls open us. You know, this dude will be shooting a video like yesterday, and we have proof of this, and girls will just jump in, shove their face in there, like literally throw their face in there. Or I'm like walking through the club, and because like I'm kind of like moving really jolly and just happy to be there, dancing to the music, you know, girls will like want to like dance with me, or like open me, ask me why I'm so happy. They'll go up to him. A lot of times we're like going to like a set together sometimes, and they'll just be understanding. They'll be like, you know, how do you guys do this? And to me, that's just crazy. I'm like, why do you think like that?
This one guy was like, bro, how much have you had to drink tonight? I'm like, bitch, I don't drink. Like, I don't fucking drink. And then he was like, but you have to drink to have fun. I'm like, no, I'm having more fun than you are. He's like, oh, but you smoke. I'm like, no, I don't smoke. I'm completely sober. Go ahead.
Okay, so you see where that guy's coming from, though, right? Yeah. Everything that's his happiness, what makes him feel good, is strictly external. Yeah. You know, drinking, smoking. Yeah. Whereas all of it is most supposed to come from you.
Exactly.
From yourself. Yeah, you know? And it's sad because that's the world we live in. Yeah. You know, you really have to like see it through your own eyes. Yeah. Which is you being in more towards higher consciousness, trying to get there. You know, walking your own path. Not necessarily listening to people and having people running through a camera.
I cannot believe you almost did that.
Yeah, but she has cool leggings on. I would definitely say fast food, cut as much of that out of it, you know. Fast food has a lot of like really bad chemicals that they literally put in the food.
Right. You're right. Yeah, I just eat it because I'm lazy as fuck. Honestly, I don't want to cook.
Yeah, man. So like, I actually like researched on McDonald's, and if you don't believe me, they have stuff in there that's in your garage that what people fix your car with, that they put in like a burger, a Big Mac. And these things do a lot bad to you when you ingest and like just digest that whole thing. You know, like slower thinking, thinking fog, people walking through your video, you know, that's an effect of McDonald's, but that's okay. But yeah, you know, feeling like you don't have enough willpower to go and just do something, taking that action. Whereas,
you also feel fucking lazy too. Like you just want to sleep in and not go out. Yeah. Like you just said, taking a lot of not taking action and shit. Yeah.
Like you feel very lethargic, man, and it's sad, but that's the truth. And the thing is, for some people, right, they get so deep down in that they don't even know. I can't tell you how many friends they don't even know that they're in like this lower consciousness state. So they'd be like, well, I'm cool, I'm good, I'm here. And they just feel like, okay, I got this little bit of money, and that's how far in life they're going to go. You know, they're not really going to try to reach to get like to their best self. Yeah. And it's just really bad for them. But let's move on to the next one. Having a good mental diet. What I mean by that is, before, like myself, I used to find myself listening to like a lot of hardcore trap music, hardcore rap. It don't even have to be rap. I listen to a lot of rock music. I have people going through the videos on me all the time. But whatever. But yeah, just a lot of like bad, negative influences I would listen to through music, movies, the radio. And so what I actually learned is that this thing actually plays at least a big impact on your psyche. Yeah. And how bad of a big impact? Let's just say that becomes your world. So like you listen to this stuff, right? And it's just in your brain, and it's like marinating in your brain. And you go out into the world, and you see the world, do actually leave your experience of listening to this mixtape that came out from Chicago. And I don't have nothing against Chicago, but I've actually heard some real grimy type of music where he's talking about killing people or whatnot.
And to add on to that, I don't think that what we're saying is don't cut that stuff out completely. Because if you like fucking Future, and I mean Future's like not that bad, but like gangster rap, Chief Keef, whatever the fuck it is,
gangster rap music.
heavy metal, like kill your mother and eat bats and eat pigeons alive and shit. If you like that stuff, that's fine, dude. But like, at least counteract it with stuff that's gonna build you up. Like listen to like Gary Vaynerchuk, or listen to Viking lifestyle videos. Listen to stuff that's like positive input.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen to things that are gonna build you up and not tear you down.
Meditation. That's really good.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you could like sit down, have like 20 minutes, and you're just in your own zone. You know, you don't have any type of distractions. That's really good for the mind. You know, especially when you come out into like the city. Now you're not in this haze where the lights you pay attention to, these images on billboards you're looking at, and it catches you. You're not like you're not an attention whore. You know, you're just be able to be on one straight focus, because when you're meditating, you're focusing on literally just being there. You know, that's just the happiness right there, just being straight up there. Last one, and I find that was like the biggest one for me in my life, honestly, was cutting out negative people. I literally thought that this was the wrong thing to do, because I said to myself, these were my friends, you know. I grew up with them. We went through good experiences and bad experiences with them. But the thing about it is that once you're around somebody, you literally enter their world, their thinking space, right? So if that person, I'm not saying that my friends were into murdering people, but let's just go that extreme. If that person was like just cool about murdering somebody, you know, you could end up becoming that. So that's why a lot of times they say you don't have to be born a killer, but you could learn how to be a killer, you could learn how to be a thief. But in a good sense too, you could learn how to become higher consciousness. You could learn how to talk to women. You could learn how to get into fashion, you know. It's both on both sides of the field of good and bad, you know, or however you perceive it.
You can learn how to fucking take action. When I first started in pickup, and I was like scared to go take action, I started hanging out with buddies who really, really motivated me to go out all the time. Even in college, even meeting with my main wing now, like I was in some weird relationship-ish. Then I hung out with him, and then it's just like, take action. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you messing around with these weird-ass, like, chode girls? Like, dude, fucking go out, bro. Start taking action. And I started doing it. I started going out and taking action. So your circle of people really influences you. Hanging out with guys in the community who are positive. And if you're in a part of a group, like if you're in a Viking army or something, and there's guys who are, like, adding negativity to the group, and stuff like, don't feed into that. Like, honestly, it's not even just about that, but if you're around people that are adding negativity to your life and feeding in lower consciousness and lower ideas, don't even feed into that. Separate. Go away from them. Yeah. It's not worth it.
And I would even say, let's just say, you know, you live with parents, or you just live in the same house as somebody who's being negative, and you can kind of tell where they're coming from when their answers and their replies are always from, like, a negativity. It's nothing positive. The best thing I would say towards that is literally do your best. Just take and extract all the best positivity you could take from whatever they're telling you. Yeah. Because sometimes, even though it's coming through a negative voice or negative reason or negative sound, however it may come across, there's probably like some positivity that you could probably get from there, you know. So I would just say, you know, so that you would have still a good relationship with whoever's in your household or around you, definitely do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And last thing I should say is that become positive, man. Just focus on the positive. Don't focus on, oh, I don't want to be negative. That's still the wrong mindset.
When you go out, don't focus on like all the negative things that you've done. Focus on the positives. And then after like a month, if you see you've gone out like every day for a month and you haven't gotten laid, like unless you're like a newbie who's never gone out before then. But if you've like been doing this for a while and you've never ever gotten laid and you've gone out every day and actually taken a lot of action, and you've been doing this for like a year, then you may want to rethink some things. But honestly, like every time you go out, don't beat yourself up. Think like positive, all positive. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, man. So this is Bobb Viking.
And Tim from Viking Lifestyle, Tim Ray Viking.
And yo, we're signing out, and we hope to see you in the field, man.
Yeah.
You right here
Thanks,
that's watching this video. Take it easy, guys. Where's the chicken?